The movie starts with Mason, a quiet man living alone on a small island. He stands on top of a lighthouse with his dog, watching a fishing boat slowly come closer through the gray sea. A woman named Jessie arrives in a small boat. She leaves a box of supplies and a small gift inside the cabin, then leaves without saying anything. After she goes, Mason comes down from the lighthouse, takes the supplies to his house, but leaves the gift behind. He pours himself a drink and plays chess alone. The next day, Jessie comes back with more supplies. This time, Mason speaks. He tells her,
"Don't come up here again.
Most people just say thank you.
It's very important that you listen. Don't ever come up here again."
You know, me and my uncle come up here week after week bringing you supplies, and yet you've never even come down to greet us. Why is that?
Mason ignores this and warns her about a strong storm coming. Then Jessie asks,
Where's my uncle?
He's dead.
Even though Mason seems cold, he helps treat her injury. She begs him to take her back, saying her family will be worried. But Mason tells her the truth.
You don't have a family. Your mother died a few years back. Never knew your father. Your uncle's taken care of you ever since. Because there was no one else.
While Mason steps out, Jessie forces herself up and searches through the drawers. She finds a knife and hides it. That night, Mason wakes to the sound of her shivering and talking in her sleep. When he sits beside her, she panics and pulls the blade on him. He takes it from her without a flinch, tells her it was just a bad dream, and, in a quietly revealing moment, shows her how to hold it properly if she ever needs to defend herself. The next morning, he carries her to the washroom, since her foot is still too swollen to bear weight. He goes about his routine, sketching, making lunch, and at one point looks out the window to find her sitting outside with the dog, who she's already named Jack. He doesn't have a name, Mason tells her.
That's crazy. I'm going to call him Jack. Right, Jack? Come, hey.
Eventually, she asks if he can just go to a hospital. He tells her he'll get what's needed and sets off by boat to the mainland. While he's gone, Jessie explores the house. In a drawer, she finds two things that stop her cold: a sketch Mason has made of her and Jack, and the globe she once left as a gift, the one he'd left behind in the cabin. He kept it after all. Meanwhile, in Whitehall, London, a public inquiry is underway. Hanneran is questioning Manafort, a government representative, about a damning revelation. A decade earlier, the Prime Minister had publicly promised that the government would never collect personal data on British citizens. But following a hack into MI6, it's come to light that they've been doing exactly that, quietly building a sophisticated surveillance system called Thea. Manafort brushes off the criticism, insisting Thea exists to predict and prevent threats, and that people should be grateful rather than alarmed. But the political pressure is mounting, with both Manafort and Prime Minister Forum facing potential investigation. Back in Scotland, Mason enters a pharmacy in a nearby town. Just before going inside, he notices a camera mounted above the door and pauses. At that same moment, deep inside an intelligence operations center, an analyst named Madison alerts her superior, Rubera. There's been a retinal match. Location: Stoneway, Scotland. A tactical team is deployed and descends on the island. Mason spots them coming.
What's happening?
Get in the bathroom. Lock the door. Don't make a sound. Don't come out until I come for you.
The team arrives expecting a routine extraction. Instead, they're dismantled one by one.
I need you to wait here. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm coming right back.
When the dust settles, the surviving officers look around in disbelief. Back at headquarters, the confusion deepens. The man they targeted wasn't Chermoiv, the high-value terrorist their system flagged. Mason grabs Jesse and they flee by boat. She notices blood on his hand, but he tells her he's fine. They dock and make their way to a safe house. Mason hands Jesse his gun, tells her to wait outside, and goes in. The homeowner surprises him at gunpoint. Jesse steps in, tells the man to stand down.
He's hurt. Can you help him?
At headquarters, Madison has been digging. She brings Robera something unsettling. Someone has manipulated Thea's facial recognition code. Whenever a camera captures Mason's face, the system flags him not as himself, but as Chermoiv, a known terrorist.
Why would someone want to frame one of our own to be targeted?
I don't know.
Robera pulls up Mason's file. Michael Mason, orphaned, former SBS operator, listed as killed in action. 10 years ago. She calls Manafort. He tells her what he's about to share is classified and doesn't exist beyond that phone call. He explains that Mason was part of a covert program called Black Kites, a small group of elite agents. On his final mission, Mason was ordered to eliminate a target, refused, falsified his report, and vanished. Manafort's explanation: Mason was likely bought off. But Madison keeps digging into the restricted files. The real story is different. Mason's target was an Iranian scientist who had passed nuclear secrets to MI6, and rather than protect him as promised, MI6 ordered Mason to kill him to maintain deniability. Mason refused the order. As Robera reads this, she doesn't know that Manafort is watching her through a hidden camera in the room. Mason and Jesse take shelter, and in a rare, quiet moment they talk. She tells him she can handle the truth about who he is. He tells her he has no family anywhere. He wishes he could tell her life would always be fair, but she already knows it isn't.
Just don't ever let it break your spirit. No matter what. Okay?
They eventually reach another contact, a man from Mason's past who helped bury his identity years ago, reassigning him as a nameless oil worker in a small town. Someone found that cover and replaced it with Chermoiv's profile, turning Mason into a ghost wearing a terrorist's face. The contact also tells Mason something harder to hear. He knows Mason cares about Jesse, and that's exactly what makes her a liability.
This is where we part ways.
But you know I can't be responsible for her. My hands are tied.
Mason promises Jesse it will be over by tonight. When she asks where he'll go afterward, he says there's always somewhere to hide. She wants to go with him. He refuses. The only way to keep her safe is to stop the people behind this.
Just let him go.
Mason and Jesse arrive in London. He walks directly toward a security camera, removes his cap, and lets Thea scan his face. Deliberately. It's a calculated move to draw Manafort out. At headquarters, Madison notices an unauthorized external login into Thea. She traces it. It's Manafort, accessing the system behind everyone's back. Robera now sees the full picture. Inside a club, Mason meets Kamal, an old contact.
I need a way out of the country for her. Tonight. New identity, somewhere off-grid.
Manafort's gone rogue. He's more dangerous than ever. The second that camera outside saw me walk in here, every MI6 operative within 25 miles was activated. All I need is for you to get her out. Kamal returns with a passport, a new identity, and cash.
Boat leaves Isle of Dogs in 30 minutes. It won't wait. Just make sure you finish what you started.
But Robera notices something wrong. Agents are already moving into the club, and her official team is still minutes away. Manafort has sent his own unit, and they're going straight for Jesse. Mason reaches her just in time and pulls her away as danger closes in.
I got you. It's okay.
Manafort steps in and challenges Mason.
You were my dearest, my greatest weapon. And then you broke the rules. Black kites know one law above all: loyalty. You put your conscience first and the mission second. You really think you can outrun what you are? We are who we are, Mason.
And I have to now.
Later, Ribera's team quietly watches Jessie. She sits alone in a cafe staring at the door, still hoping someone will come. A waiter walks up and places an envelope in front of her. "Your friend left this for you," he says. Jessie opens it. If you enjoyed this recap, check out more movies and series on the channel. Thanks for watching.